Right, welcome to The Man in the Middle. I'm your host, Bill West. Today we're going to be talking about what right now is the biggest movie in the world, and probably uh, especially so because it deals with two of the biggest creatures in the world, Godzilla versus Kong. I saw it last night on HBO Max. This is a movie that I wish I would have seen in the theater just because it is so crazy. uh, this made the little 10-year-old boy inside of me jump around and, you know, light off fireworks. It was one of the best, probably the best monster movie coming that came out of Legendary for in their series. I put it. Oops, there's Buttercup again. Come on, B. It's okay. Probably number one. uh, I really liked Godzilla. Uh, Godzilla King of the Monsters was okay, but they tried to pull from too many different storylines, and it was just jarring. It's a good movie. I mean, I love Godzilla movies. It's not a bad Godzilla movie by any means, but I think Godzilla and Godzilla vs Kong were better. Uh, this it's going to take a hit since it wasn't this should have been a summer release. This should have been all the kids are out of school and okay, she's trying to get condensate. The cat is hooked on the condensation off plastic cups, so she just goes crazy for it. And I put the cup down, I put Buttercup down, so maybe we'll get to this without any more interruptions. uh, you know, I don't want to spoil this, but I'm going to. If you haven't seen the movie yet, stop now and come back when you're done. Uh, and I've slept on this. I've slept on this. I didn't want to do this review last night right after seeing the movie because I was afraid that you'd get the review you're getting right now, and this is after sleeping on it. Uh, so, uh, the movie sets up with Godzilla attacking a uh, cybernetics lab in Florida, and everybody's start like, why is Godzilla, killing people? And we need a defense against Godzilla. So they decide they're going to get Kong to show them the way to Hollow Earth because they believe that there's energy there that can help them create weapons to fight Godzilla. And so we go to see Kong, and we find out that over time that Monarch has built a dome over Kong's island, and he's aware of it. And in this one, Kong is, I would say, almost of human intelligence. He can sign, he can understand complex concepts. He knows how to use tools, uh, and it's the relationship between the little girl and Kong reminds me a lot of the Mothra twins and Mothra in the old Toho movies. But and you know they they gas Kong, or somehow they put Kong asleep, and they have him on a super tanker, and they're taking him to Antarctica because that's where the opening to Hollow Earth is. And so on their way there, uh, the first round of three begins, and Godzilla pretty much ambushes Kong. Uh, Almost sinks the super tanker he's on before Kong is able to get free of his chains, and uh, they have a fight. As soon as Kong is free, he's jumps on from a super tanker onto a destroyer onto an aircraft carrier. Like I said, this movie is freaking crazy. And him and Godzilla go at it. Godzilla decides, he's going to take Kong's one advantage away from him, and from the bottom of, from underneath, he lets loose his atomic breath and blows the aircraft carrier in half, bringing Kong into his element. And round one goes to Godzilla. So, uh, Godzilla swims away after Kong is pretty much beaten breathless, and he's back on the super tanker, and he can't fight Godzilla anymore. Godzilla almost drowned, and he doesn't want to give up the fight, but he's really not in a position to do anymore. So he leaves, or Godzilla leaves, and while they're doing this, there's a whole subplot about a conspiracy theorist blogger who has Titan's Truth Network or something, and this whole thing, while interesting, didn't need to happen. I'm of the camp that I want to. If I'm going to see Godzilla versus Kong, I want to see 2 hours of Godzilla versus Kong. I don't need a story. I don't need to see people. I just need to see property damage. So, but like I said, it's a freaking great movie, especially for Godzilla fans. Like I said, if you haven't seen this movie, stop now and come back because I'm going to spoil it. They finally get Kong to Antarctica, and they go to the Hollow Earth. They're down there, and there's a couple of kaiju fights and some kind of flying snakes, and so it looks like pterodactyls. And then Kong finds his way to his ancestral home, where there's actually a throne on I guess his people were the rulers of Hollow Earth, which is an interesting story to be told, hopefully. And I'd like to see that. My cat is really well. Yeah, that's real professional right there. Thanks, cat. Okay, and he picks up an axe, and as soon as he picks up an axe, it starts to glow, and Godzilla picks up on the axe's signal and decides that, well, by this time, stop it, Godzilla has made its way to Hong Kong, which conveniently is over the place in Hollow Earth where Kong is. And as soon as he picks up on the signal, oops, sorry, my phone went up. As soon as he picks up on the signal, he uses his atomic breath to drill down to Hollow Earth. Okay. Godzilla uses his atomic breath way too much in this movie. I mean, a consistent drilling would pretty much all the way down to Hollow Earth from the top of the Earth would probably exhaust Godzilla. I mean, he'd probably have to take a break, find a nuclear reactor, do some chomping. But that is one of the least nutsy things in this movie. As soon as he's done and the axe is charged up, Kong makes his way up to Kong from the Hollow Earth. This movie just brings a smile on my face. I can't wait for the Blu-ray to come out because I'm going to watch the heck out of this. He makes his way up, and the two Titans start fighting. It's a great fight. Buildings are falling. Kong has this axe which gets embedded in skyscrapers. Uh, Godzilla gets beaten. So we're looking at round one is Godzilla. Round two goes to Kong, and Godzilla gets a breather, comes back up, and proceeds to literally beat the hell out of King Kong. I mean, uh, he's slashing his chest open. He's burning him with his atomic breath. Oops. And finally, Kong's on the ground, and Godzilla keeps curb stomping him, just smashing his chest almost to where you'd think Godzilla would have killed Kong. And he probably would have. But for the interference of some humans. So he's laying there, and Godzilla continues to his mission to find out what was calling him to Hong Kong. Well, we find out that the Apex company has been building a Mecha Godzilla powered by the brain of, or using the brain of Ghidorah as a supercomputer. And all they've been waiting for was the energy from the Hollow Earth to power it. Well, they finally get the energy to power it, and as soon as it does, my interpretation is Ghidorah's brain takes over. It kills the pilot of Mechagodzilla and takes over, and Mechagodzilla crashes out of the building, and there's yet another kaiju battle. Godzilla and Mechagodzilla are just tearing up Hong Kong. It's a glorious piece of destruction, and Godzilla begins to get his tail handed to him. And when some of the people that had followed Kong to Hollow Earth use their craft to pretty much jumpstart Kong's heart, and the little girl tells Kong that Godzilla's not the enemy, and you really have to go help him. And so Kong jumps in. He has his trusty axe and starts beating on. You have Godzilla on one side, you had Kong on the other, and they're just and Mechagodzilla's still winning. It's just that tough. I mean, there's some great scenes where Kong is, hitting him in the head, and this rocket launcher pops off of Mechagodzilla's shoulder, targets Godzilla, and just fires. It's a great piece. And then Godzilla looks at Kong. He sees the axe, and he fires his atomic breath into the axe, and Kong uses it to start lopping pieces off of Mechagodzilla. So, like I said, this movie makes me giddy. And at the end, of course, Mechagodzilla is put away. Godzilla turns to see Kong still standing, even though a couple minutes ago Kong helped him beat Mechagodzilla. All Godzilla sees is another apex predator, and it's time to put him down. Let's finish this battle once and for all, Godzilla's thinking. And Kong looks at Godzilla, and he just drops his axe. And Godzilla looks at Kong, sort of shrugs his. You could see Godzilla thinking, like, is this really worth it? I've already beat him twice. And he just turns away and swims away. And, we'll see him again someday. This is if this is where the series ends, it's a great ending. It's wonderful. Oh, I forgot, they take Kong back to Hollow Earth, and that's where he's going to live out his life, it seems. Him and Monarch they're exploring Hollow Earth. Godzilla, and also, it's a good way to separate the two. Kong has Hollow Earth, Godzilla's on top of the Earth, and that's it. But it's a great movie. Uh, is it an Oscar winner? No. I mean, the human story really didn't need to be there. In fact, I was listening to Midnight's Edge live this morning, and they were saying how there was actually a better story to be told than what the a better human story to be told than what we saw. Which I thought about it. It was if they had thought about it and they give it 5 minutes, they could have probably come up with something better. Kyle Chandler was wasted. He didn't need to be here. Millie Brown, once again, what time she put in really that didn't affect the story. These parts could have been played by anybody, and it wouldn't have changed anything. If you'd taken them out, I don't think it would have changed anything. The human story was secondary to what we saw, which finally, that's the one thing I didn't like about Godzilla or Godzilla King of the Monsters. Both of them had too much human story and not enough monsters. This one was really good. We got right at the beginning. We got to see Godzilla do some destruction. Then we got to see Godzilla fight Kong. And then we got to see Kong fighting some kaiju down in Hollow Earth. And then we got to see Kong and Godzilla fight in Hong Kong. And then the final Godzilla, Kong, and Mechagodzilla threesome. It's a great, for what it is, it's a great movie. I wish I could have seen this on the big screen. I wish I could have seen this last year when it was supposed to come out. I feel bad for them because the toys have been on the shelves for a year. You can't find them now. I'm still looking for the Hong Kong Godzilla and the Mechagodzilla toys. I have both the soundtrack and the novel coming in. Unfortunately, they had to push all that back until the till the movie was released. I understand why. Overall, if you like kaiju movie, if you liked Pacific Rim, if you liked Kong or any of the previous movies, you have to see this movie. Grab some popcorn, shut your mind off, and just enjoy the movie. I hope you do as much as I did. My name's Bill West. I'm the man in the middle. If you enjoyed this video, which is way too long, almost 20 minutes of me gushing, I'm sorry. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share, leave a comment down below, and share us on social media. You know the drill. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.